Ralph, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Oh, you're on fire, huh?
Yeah, still no video. Ralph, what would it mean to you personally, as an Austrian football manager, as an overseas manager, if you could get to the FA Cup final and actually lead a side out in a final? What would that mean if you can get through Sunday?
I think it would not mean much different to also an English manager, I think, because the tradition of this competition is something well known in England, but also known in Europe. It's for me, or not only for me, I think it's definitely the most traditional and well-known cup competition around the world. And I remember that one of the first football games I have seen was the FA Cup final. It was always a big moment for me to watch these games. The atmosphere in the Wembley Stadium was amazing. I always remember the unbelievable, beautiful pitch you have seen there. That was something special for me to see. And yeah, also the big goals. I remember a few interesting games. And yes, when I was a kid, this was maybe one of the first games I've seen.
I think the one question I can't answer, and I don't know if you can, is which Southampton are going to turn up? Because the team, when you are at your best, can play against anybody, but better than anybody, when it doesn't quite go right, it can go very wrong. So how confident are you that your players can get it right? You can't dictate the result, but the performance maybe, yes.
Yeah, I hope we see the cup team. This is a team that hasn't conceded one goal so far in the cup competition. So this is, I think, the basic, the fundament of being successful and having a chance to come to the next round. A very, very good 100% better defending team like we had on last weekend.
Yeah. And Leicester City, when you look at them, not just as a club, but as a team, why do you think they've been so successful and stayed up there around the top six? And are they a club you want to emulate, that aren't a traditional top six club that can punch above their weight every season?
Yeah, but it's a little bit tough to compare us to them in a moment, because I think especially after winning the Premier League, I think this gives you as a club a massive boost also financially for the future. Being part of the Champions League for a few times give you more options for selecting in the future better players for your team. And when you see this team now, I don't see a lot of weaknesses anymore in this team. Every position is covered with high quality players and with experienced players, but also with young, very, very good players. So this is the chance they took with both hands, and now they are on a different level that we are. And to come there, it is a long way to go, but it's a very good role model, I think, for all of these clubs. They are below the top six, that this is always possible to make such a development. And definitely something we can look at.
Ralph, good luck on Sunday afternoon.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, Jim Van White.
Hi, Ralph.
Hello.
See if I get my video on fire. There we go. See my reflecting off my bald head. Didn't need to worry about the hairdressers opening again.
Yeah. By the way, if you have somebody out there who has an appointment for me, please call me.
I'll come and do it.
Great. I think in May, so
yeah, great two all over. I can do.
The level you have to jump over after doing it myself is not a very high one. So please call me.
Ralph, you talked to. Could you just expand a little bit more on the on your FA Cup memories and sort of seeing the match for the first time? I remember we talked to Arsene Wenger about this, and he said it was sort of one of those moments that encapsulated his love for the game, watching on an old black and white TV. Was there the same sort of interest in Austria when you were growing up of this special day in England?
It was not black and white TV. I think it was color, but I remember a very early game, and I think Liverpool has won with a goal 1-0. I think. Hopefully, I don't tell anything wrong, but I think it was a very interesting game, and the atmosphere was amazing, and we were watching at home. But yes, I mean, this FA Cup is a very traditional competition, and this is the reason why everybody in this country loves it so much, I think, and sometimes maybe more than a few managers in the moment, because the Premier League has a very high level in our daily work, and we are always getting called about how much we have won in the Premier League, how many points we have, and so the FA Cup is then a little bit in behind. But I think the fact that you have 3 or 4 weekends where you play this cup, this is, I think, something unique in all the cup competitions around Europe, that you play the cup on the weekend. So this shows how important this cup is for the people here in this country, and should also be for us.
For you then, is it a case of, if you don't make the FA Cup final, it hasn't been a successful campaign?
No, I mean, we had some very good moments this season. We had been very high up in the table for a short term, but then we had big problems with injuries. Maybe also because we were focusing a little bit on the cup also, and always selected the strongest side for the cup games, and especially in January, February, that cost us a few injuries. But in the end, yes, it was not much more possible with all the injuries and with all the problems we had during the season. But the cup final definitely can turn things 100% around, and 180 degrees around if you want. And then it would be a super successful season, definitely.
Finally, just how important is it the players have the right mindset? Because I'm guessing there won't be too many that have experienced the Wembley and the occasion and everything that goes with it.
I don't think that is a problem of having not the right mindset. I think when we are hungry and when we know what we have to hunt for, then we are strong. And this is what I expect from my team on the weekend. The phase we have shown so far in the FA Cup was a very good one. It was not an easy way to go there. We eliminated the cup holders, and then away against Wolves, against Bournemouth. Maybe it was not the most difficult game, but also you have to win it there, and finally to make it the semi-final. And when you see what teams are there around, Chelsea, Man City and Leicester, and it's for us just now a big success.